And I'm live and blurry for some reason. That's fun. I'm going to look at my settings real quick, so just hang with me. That's odd. Let's see. Yeah, I know the webcam is in use, but I want to see the options. This is strange. Huh, weird. Forgive the delay. I'm out of focus for some reason, and I don't know why. This is new to me. Let's see. Nothing's different. There we go. We'll just do a manual focus there. Hey, that's better. I don't know what the heck happened, but hey, whatever. Okay. Sound off if you're here on the low budget live stream. Wow, that actually looks a lot cleaner now than it used to. Interesting. Welcome to the low budget live stream. We are low budget. We are live. It is Wednesday. It is 7 p.m. Sound off if you're here. If you got anything you want to talk about on the show, definitely put it in the chat. These last couple weeks since the last live stream have been off and on. I haven't really prepared a show for today. That seems to be actually more fun for me when I don't prepare a show. I let you guys kind of lead the show. Definitely put something in chat. I know some people checked in earlier. Put something in chat so I can make sure it's working. If it's not, we'll have to restart the stream. And hopefully you guys will pop something up here in just a second. And we can kind of get this show on the road. Okay. Yeah, it was weird. I don't know why I was out of focus. And if you're connected with me on Twitter and you're putting stuff in chat, let me know. Because, again, the show's kind of pointless if I can't respond to you guys. Because that's kind of what the show's about. And some people said something earlier, but, we'll see what's going on. Okay, yeah, I guess they're having a problem with chat. I'm going to restart this stream, and so just hang with me, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, I did. Wait a minute. Oh, now people are starting to pop up. Boy, I'll talk about this in a minute. Thank you, Daniel, for checking in on Twitter for me. Yeah, this YouTube webcam thing, I'm ready to be done with it, and I'm working on being done with it. I started messing with OBS, so hopefully that will help in the future. I don't know when I'm going to start using it, but I'm working on learning how to use it. So yeah, I went up to the little chat thing here, and it was already on live chat, and I hit live chat again, and everyone just popped up. So, it wouldn't be the low budget live stream if we didn't have problems, as if this show didn't have problems, I'd be worried. So yeah, welcome to the low budget live stream. I'm your host, the real Gino Reynolds. So yeah, if you guys got anything you want to talk about, definitely put it in the show. Welcome Daniel, welcome Desiree, welcome Smirking Gun Reviews. Don't worry, I haven't forgot about you. I'm working out a time that you and I can work together. Um, I'm just working every other weekend. So once I get out of that, which is this Saturday, which will be my last one, I'll be able to work something out for us to work on. Daniel says, I was here 10 minutes ago to see, I've taken my word using Advil and Tylenol. I used what I had in the house. I had Tylenol and ibuprofen. It usually doesn't work. I've tried everything. I'm out of shape and need to get healthy, and the headaches go away because it happened last time I got healthy. So I just need to do it again. Uh, I'm doing okay right now. I figured if I get talking and get going, it'll kind of at least go just to the back of my head and leave me alone for a while. I'm doing all right though. We're having a show. I'm not drinking during the show because it probably wouldn't help the headache. Just water. Or is it? But anyway, so the show will go on at least for a while. I figured I'd give it an hour and we'll see what happens. Desiree says, "'Tis the motto." I need to have T-shirts made. And Smirk Gun says, "It's all good." Yeah, man, I'm working on it. We need to think of a project to do together, and when I can find time to come up there to your suburbs, I'll come up there. I want to talk about OBS for a minute. I was looking for an easier way, and I'm wondering if that's why my camera's messed up. I was looking for an easier way to record my videos because right now I was using, or for up until now, I was using uh, the webcam software to record, and then it would have to render within that program, and then I would bring it into Premiere, and it would take 8 years to bring into the program. Then I would have to render it in Premiere so I could even edit it, because if I try to scroll the line, it would jump around and it would screw up the video and make it glitchy, and it's been a pain in my butt for a while, and I need an easier way, because then I couldn't trust the audio from that program because sometimes it would record the audio, sometimes it wouldn't. So I was recording in Audacity the audio, so I'd have to put the two together. Then I'd have to edit in whatever picture or pictures I used, and then I would have to render it out to a video, and then I would have to upload it. So we're looking at, I would come home and take a break, between the shows, and I would start my video, and by the time I was having it uploaded to YouTube, I'd leave the computer on and go back to work. It was taking a while, at least a couple hours, if not more, depending on how long the review is or whatever. Longer the review, the longer it was going to take, because the longer it's going to take to render. And so now I tried out OBS. I tried just recording me using it as a recording device. Well, OBS, where have you been all my life? Okay, so I recorded the program. It took me a while to figure out the kinks and getting it to save the settings and everything. But once I got it all figured out, once I figured out the import or the export and how to do it and everything, I got it all. I got everything set, and I recorded. I finally got to record the way I wanted. And I'll talk about the first review I recorded using it as my recording device was Dumbo. And honestly, I think the picture looked a little better. Also, so when I hit stop record, it was like a 16, 17-minute review. I hit stop. It took like 5 seconds to configure the video the way it wanted. It saved it as an MPEG-4, exactly what I wanted. And then I bring it into Premiere. It takes like 5 seconds to import. It takes like 10 seconds to conform. And then I can edit it right away. I don't have to render it. And then I can put all my stuff in, and I'm having it exported. And whereas in the webcams videos would take a half hour to an hour to export because of the file size, OBS's files take like 5 to 10 minutes to export, which is nice. So I had that thing uploading on Tuesday. I couldn't release it, and I didn't know if I could release it on Tuesday. I released it on Wednesday because they told me the embargo was over finally today. But I had it up and ready to go on YouTube by that afternoon. I mean, or by that, I mean, it was uploaded before or pretty much before I went right back to work. And I actually spent just a little extra time on it messing with the settings of OBS and stuff. So if you add that stuff, you take that stuff out of there, it took me even less time to do a video, and it was fantastic. So OBS, where have you been all my life? I am going to try using it for, I'm going to try to start using it for whenever I do my gaming stuff too. I'm eventually going to try to do a gaming live stream. It's not going to be something I do all the time, but I've got a couple of games. I want to play live. One of them is a game you guys, I wouldn't say it's big time story based, but it's something that would be more entertaining. The other game is something that I would be just playing, and we'd be chatting while I'm playing, and just kind of just have an evening of it. And that'll be on a Saturday evening, probably sometime, maybe a Friday evening, depending on however many movies are out or whatever. So anyway, I do have some more news to talk about, but I'll go through the chat here. Daniel says, I watched Dumbo, the new one, yesterday. It was pretty good. Not great, but it's still a good remake. I was entertained by it. Man, critics are definitely split. The last time I looked at Rotten Tomatoes, it was like 54% liked it. And I know Rotten Tomatoes isn't the end all be all, but these are the critics. And while some of them have their biases, a lot of them at least try to, show how they really feel about things. So, I'm using it just to gauge their feelings. And I didn't love the movie, but I was entertained. And as I said in the review, I wouldn't watch it again unless my kids wanted to see it. Because I did like that they tried to talk about what happened after the events. Because really, I mean, and except for some stuff that they brought over that they didn't use in the first half of the movie, the pink elephants, for example, they incorporate some of that stuff they didn't use. They were telling kind of the aftermath of what happens after Dumbo learned to fly, and I just watched on Screen Rant the thing that they do, the pitch meeting they did for Dumbo, the original Dumbo, and they kind of take shots at a lot of the stuff that was in the original Dumbo that wouldn't age well today. And that's really, I mean, could you imagine if they would have put some of that stuff in this new version? And they did put some, in there, but they didn't use a lot of the controversial stuff. They did make reference to like the drunk elephant, even though they're like, no, the elephant can't drink or whatever. And it was a kind of a throwaway joke. I thought it was fine though. I thought it was one of their better quote unquote remakes, just for the main reason that they tried something different. It was, again, it wasn't anything special, and it was weird not hearing like the animals talk, but oh well, whatever. But yeah, it's worth checking out, I think. Let's see. Tristan says, yeah, I missed so much. Big ups and live Gino. And love Gino and live Gino, live. Thank you. I'm happy to be back. I've been needing to vent a little bit. So Desiree says, I actually finished watching that review a little bit ago. Looked great. Thank you. Yeah, it's nice doing things different with the review, because I was able to get it going and get it up on YouTube a lot faster, and I loved it. And now there's some projects I wanted to do that were longer. I have an idea, and YouTube is they would probably copyright strike me if I did it the way I wanted to. but I have an idea for a project I want to do. It might be something, in a way, it might be interactive with you guys. It would be something that you would do along with me. But I'm still working out the kinks on it. But now I can do it as a whole, and OBS will be able to save the file for me, and I shouldn't have trouble with the file. Whereas if I was recording in the software for the webcam, it would be like, yeah, right. Um, let's see. Jerry Mills with a wrestling question. Charlotte Flair shockingly wins SmackDown Women's Championship. What do you think? I think there's a couple reasons they had her win. One, since she's already involved in the main event, which, if those that don't know, the main event for WrestleMania this year is Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch, and um, and honestly, to the surprise of nobody, they were like, "We're making a big announcement." It's like it's going to be the women's main event, right? Well, it's a big surprise. It's going to be the women's main event, right? We knew this is what it was going to be, and you know what? It's a good match to have as the main event. Two of the homegrown stars versus, along with the rising star, already established and real sports star. Um, it's a good match to pick. It's probably the best match they could pick if they were going to pull the trigger on the female main event. But I think the reason that they had her win the belt, there's two reasons. One, it ups the ante on that match because it just brings more profile to it, because it's like, well, you've got two champions in there now. And plus, that's more odds for Becky Lynch, because honestly, it'll kind of be a crime if Becky Lynch don't win. And another reason I think Charlotte Flair's in there is because they don't want Ronda Rousey to get pinned yet. I think they're going to set up a solo program between Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey after Mania, and she's going to be like, well, you didn't pin me to take my belt. So I think that's why they're doing that. Another reason I think they're putting that championship in there is because they're getting rid of the brand split. That's just, I don't know if that's fact. I haven't looked it up. That's just my thoughts. I think they're going to start getting rid of the brand split because they only introduced one female tag team championship not too long ago. And really the only other championship they'd have to get rid of, and they really don't have to get rid of it, is the world title. That one can float around. The universal title can be there, but they're only going to have one women's championship, I think, since the roster is a little smaller. So that's why I think they're doing it. So I wasn't really surprised. I wasn't ever a big fan of Asuka, so I mean, I was happy to see her win the belt finally. They kind of wasted her on she was a monster at NXT, and then they kind of wasted her on the main roster for the most part. Let's see, where was I? Daniel says, I like Dumbo's reaction to the pink elephants. He was cute and happy while watching the pink elephants moment. Yeah, it was. Boy, did they pull the cute factor on Dumbo. Those the big eyes and everything. Funny coming from a Tim Burton movie. Yeah, they that part was pretty cool. I like how they fit that in because it made sense to the story they were telling, and Dumbo's reaction is very very childlike throughout the whole movie. He's always learning and things, and it was fun to watch. Danielle says, anyway, since you saw Wonder Park in a regular movie theater instead of the advanced screening like Captain Marvel and Dumbo, did you see the trailer for Angry Birds 2 trailer in front of it? Yeah. I didn't even know I had a hunch it was for Angry Birds, but they showed that other bird like for the whole thing, and I'm like, what is this? And then all of a sudden he starts firing ice balls, and it's like, oh, this is Angry Birds 2. I didn't really think much of it. It looks like we're getting a Birds Pigs team up, maybe. I didn't hate the first movie. I didn't love it either. So yeah, I didn't really think much of the trailer. It's just weird that I didn't know that it was an Angry Birds trailer till near the end. I had a hunch anyway. Um, Danny also says, if you did, what is your thoughts on Angry Birds World and the sequel to have dogs in it? It has. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, and really, I thought they used all their tricks in the first movie. The end was technically literally the game. So I don't know. I'm not sure what I think of it. I mean, my kid's starting to get into Angry Birds. I downloaded Transformers Angry Birds for him for his tablet, um and he's and now it's like Angry Birds, and it's Angry Birds, Mario, and some monsters game he plays on his tablet where it's uh it's basically Pokemon, not Pokemon. So yeah, he'll want to see it, and I'm sure I'll take him to see it. But Bryson says, "Ha! Now that McGregor is quote unquote retired, he'll be in the UFC." Oh, and then later he says, he'll go in the WWE from the UFC. Whoa, I don't know what's going on, McGregor. He tapes Fallon, and he's saying he's ready to fight, and then he tweets a retirement, and then the stuff that from a few months ago, that I guess in Ireland, unless you're convicted of something like sexual assault, they can't say your name in the media. They can't release that information, but the New York Times did. And after he made that tweet, the New York Times said he was under investigation for sexual assault in a hotel or something in Dublin. And so who knows what's up with McGregor? Then again, do they have something to do with each other? I don't know. Could he be trying to pull a quote unquote retirement like he did last time when he didn't want to do media for the Diaz fight? Or for the second Diaz fight, maybe. I don't know. Who knows what's up with that guy? But yeah, he'll end up in the WWE because of all the smack he talked not too long ago about how they're fake and everything. He'll end up doing something. I mean, come on. He's trying to do everything else Mayweather did, and Mayweather did that already. I want to see him fight a few more times. I'm not really a fan of his anymore. I usually root against him, depending on who he's fighting. But it's funny how that changes, because I rooted with him or for him in the Diaz fights, but then now I would probably root for Diaz because he's just McGregor. He's trying too hard to. He keeps saying, he said it's just business during the Khabib fight, and it's like, well, business isn't injuring people, and if he did, I don't know anything about the sexual assault or the alleged sexual assault, but if he did something, then he deserves to be punished. He's being investigated for it. So I don't know, but will he be in the WWE someday? Probably. On that note, Cain Velasquez, UFC heavyweights, doing AAA promotion in Mexico. He's going to be at Triple Mania, and he's performing. He's learning how to wrestle. Frank Mir is going to wrestle. It's funny how it went from wrestlers want to do MMA now. Granted, we had Ken Shamrock and then Brock Lesnar and some others, but once Brock did it, wrestlers, wanted to come over. But then now they see the success of Ronda Rousey, and now everyone wants to go to wrestling. Because hey, if they can script you to win, then you don't have to worry about it. Excuse me. Let's see. Where was I? Desiree says, why'd they make another Angry Birds? Didn't that do horrendously? I don't think it did too bad. I don't remember, though. I think it made money. And it's a kid's movie that'll last a couple weeks in the theater. I don't see the sequel doing very well. Daniel says, according to the new trailer for Angry Birds 2 that came out today, yes, the birds and the pigs are teaming up. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Let's see. Daniel says, Desiree, it did well at the box office. I think you were thinking about Ratchet and Clank flopping. Yeah, it definitely flopped. And it wasn't a very good movie. That was too bad, because it's a cool concept. Smirking Gun says, what do you think of Tom Hanks playing Fred Rogers and Walt Disney? I think it's great that he gets to play two complicated guys who change children's entertainment forever, but in different ways. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool too, and that's one of the first thoughts I had when he was announced to play announced to play Fred Rogers. It's like, man, you're playing everyone in my childhood. All you got to do is play Captain Kangaroo, and we'll be set. I think it's cool. Now, when he played Walt Disney, we got the Disney-fied version of it. I would really love to see a movie about the real Walt Disney. I mean, of course, there's all the rumors and speculations and facts out there that could be addressed in a movie. But since Disney made that movie, they got to Disney-fy it. But I do like that he's playing Fred Rogers. I mean, I don't know if I can think of anyone else I would want playing Fred Rogers. I mean, I love Fred Rogers, so I just can't think of anyone. I can't think of anyone else who I'd want in that role. I'm sure there's some other people that could play it, but I would already. I would love to see. I'm looking forward to seeing that, and I think he's going to do a great job. But I don't know who else could do it. Sorry if I rambled there for a minute. My head's starting to pound a little bit. Let's see. Daniel says Tom already. He's saying he already did play in Save Mr. Banks. That's what he was referring to, I believe. Desiree says, well, horrendous meaning critically. Oh, you're talking about Angry Birds? Yeah, it didn't do very good critically. No, it did well. She knows it did well financially. Don't equate box office to quality. I don't know. The Oscars are starting to do that now. Let's see. Paul says, are you excited about Godzilla King of the Monsters? And do you think Kong will appear in the end credits? Am I excited about it? If it's balls to the wall action and light on the mythology and the setup, unlike Godzilla, if they do that, then I'm excited for it. But if it's like Godzilla, where it's like they're gonna fight, let's cut to news footage and the fight's over, and wait till the very end of the movie. I mean, come on, we know what a Godzilla fight looks like. Just show us. It looks like they are taking that to heart for this one, because that was a lot of people's problems. Like, well, spoiler alert, you killed off Bryan Cranston in 30 minutes, and though I love Aaron Taylor Johnson, he was not good in that movie. Plus, it was weird seeing him being quote unquote married to his quote unquote sister from the Avengers, and that's always weird for me in movies when they play brother and sister in one movie and then they're dating in another. That freaks me out always. I don't know why. And do I think Kong's going to show up? Yeah. I think we'll see Skull Island, and I mean, we're not going to see Godzilla and Kong together. They're going to save that for the movie, but are they going to tease Kong? Yeah, of course they are. Because I think that's the next one, if I'm not mistaken. It's Godzilla and Kong. I don't think they're doing another Godzilla or anything before that. Daniel says, let's hope Tom Hanks doesn't play Harvey Weinstein. True's a powerful man in Hollywood and changed the film industry by producing amazing films. Someone's got to play Harvey Weinstein. It's going to be Jeff Garland. Jeff Garland will play him. I mean, he looks kind of like him. If anyone's going to play Harvey Weinstein in the Harvey Weinstein movie, it's Jeff Garland. So yeah, Tom Hanks won't be getting that role. Desiree says Tom Hanks is America's Papa. It's so funny. You got to start doing lots of comedies. One being him cross-dressing. Now he's doing all these dramatic roles. Well, he's just got that. He's got that talent. He's just got that talent. He's got comedic chops. I would love to see him go back. I don't think he's going to go back and do. He's going to go back and do big time comedy, but I'd love to see him do it. It's something I would like to see him go back and do, but he's just got the chops to do both. And he spent his time, he built up his career in comedy, and all of a sudden he kind of mixed him with Forrest Gump, and then, he's doing more serious stuff. So, I mean, he's earned his career. He's earned the accolades he's received. Excuse me. And Daniel says, but we don't want Tom Hanks to play a sexual harasser and a rapist and watch him do that. Yeah, I mean, that's not something. Then again, I always like seeing comedic actors do daring roles like that. I mean, would I want to see him do something like real, like Harvey Weinstein stuff? No. But if he played like I've always wanted to see, I mean, we got close in Foxcatcher. I want to see Steve Carell play a serial killer. And I wouldn't mind seeing Tom Hanks do that too. Just something crazy like that. Just to see how, I mean, I know we can do it. So that's just something I want to see him do something based on real life like that. No, but imaginary, that I would be okay with. Let's see. Daniel says Godzilla versus Show Dogs. Godzilla. I don't want to sit through Show Dogs, the unedited or edited version ever again. Smirking Gun says, amen to the sentiment about Godzilla, but I still think it's going to be Millie Bobby Brown's movie. Then at the end of the movie, Kong will be holding her. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, yeah, she's definitely going to be the star. I know that the Brie Larson and Tom Hiddleston characters, I believe, are going to be older in this. I have not honestly researched it at all, other than the one trailer I've seen. But yeah, it's definitely going to be Millie Bobby Brown's movie, which honestly, I don't know anything about her. I know she's in Stranger Things. I haven't seen it. I know bad Gino, bad. I just haven't had time to watch it, and I probably won't. But I mean, I hear she's good. Do I want her to run the movie? I mean, you gotta have. I mean, they feel like they gotta have all the human characters, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Hopefully, it works this time. Let's see. Daniel says, "Are you looking forward to the Best of Enemies and Ma?" Yes and yes. Best of Enemies looks amazing. I have a feeling it's going to be one of those movies that gets passed up at awards time, though, because it's coming out so early in the year. And Ma just looks awesome. I'm just looking forward to seeing the crazy side. If you've seen I don't even want to say much more. Watch the trailer for Ma if you haven't. You're definitely going to see something you didn't expect to see. You're going to see an actor do something you didn't expect her to do in a movie. Desiree says 11 is gonna psychic the crap out of Godzilla. Well, what they show in that trailer, I'm like, is she psychic? Or is she just hearing something scream over the radio and she's holding her ears or whatever? I don't know what really the human element of that story is going to be. I just want monsters to destroy each other for 2 hours, but who knows if we'll get that. Let's see. Smart Gus says Turner and Hooch 2. It's slobbering time again. We don't need another Turner and Hooch 2. Or another Turner and Hooch, I guess we should say. Though I would watch it. Bryson says, Gino, what do you think of the La Llorona trailers? Looks like a really lame horror movie to me. Yeah, I haven't been impressed by it. It looks like The Nun or something like that. It's just, I know that it's got the right producers behind it, but I don't fall for that stuff. Do I want to see like different culture horror movies and stuff? Yes, I do. And do I want it to be good? Yes, I do. But if it's going to be like the Paranormal Activity, what is it? The Ghost Realm or whatever, the Ghost Dimension or whatever it was, where it was like, well, we have a big time Spanish audience, so let's move it to that and just try to cram it in. I don't want to see that. If they do something that works, with the culture, I want to see that. I just don't want to see them cram in a ghost to something just because, right? It could be great. The trailers have not impressed me, but it could be great. Let's see, where was I? PETA! There should be a sequel to Split, where it's Tom Hanks playing all the real people who's betrayed over the years. That would be insane. I don't know if we're getting a sequel to Split though, or after Glass anyway. Daniel says, since Disney owns Fox now, do you think that Disney can make Ice Age 6 and make it good for once from the terrible sequels. Kind of like they made Star Wars good again from the terrible prequels. Some people would argue with you on that. I don't. Ice Age isn't coming back. Then again, it might. Um, Honestly, I when it came to Ice Age, I liked 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Uh, I like the one with the dinosaurs was my favorite just because you had Simon Pegg in it. As I can't remember the character's name, but um, those movies were fine. The first one I was okay. I wasn't a big fan of it, and the last one was not. Um, but I don't know if they're going to revisit that. I think they got too much to visit right now from Fox. That one's probably going to be on the back burner. Daniel says, and how Paramount made Bumblebee better than the Transformers prequels. That they did. I mean, heck, Bumblebee's better than all of them. And Bumblebee, I mean, is the closest thing to the cartoon we've gotten in live action. And it's fantastic. I love Bumblebee, and I went back and watched. Me and my son watched Transformers '86 the other day, and it's like I love this movie, but boy, some of it doesn't hold up anymore to me. Maybe I'm just getting older. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to see them revisit some things that Fox did, but I mean, their focus is going to be, getting the original Star Wars out because now they own the rights to it. Getting the X-Men, getting Fantastic Four off the ground, and anything else attached to that, Deadpool. So yeah, I don't see them touching Ice Age for a long time. I could see that. I don't think that one's coming back. Desiree says, as a Latina, I'm glad to see La Llorona is getting a movie. I'm happy to see some of our legends get screen time. Next stop is, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Hey, you're gonna have to pronounce that one. Put a pronouncer in that one for me. My Spanish is limited to Taco Bell. And that's questionable if that's Spanish or not. Is it Susie? Hey, I'm probably butchered it. Sorry. I didn't know that La Llorona was a real legend. That's kind of that interests me. That actually piques my interest a little bit that it's based on a real thing. Let's see. Daniel says, did I watch the trailer for The Biggest Little Farm? I did not. Desiree says, my hope is that by making it, someone will have that hold my beer moment and make La Llorona better if this one sucks. That might be the case, but with who they got behind it, they got James Wan behind it. I believe Blumhouse is behind it. That's about the best chance you're going to get, I think. Let's see. Bryson says America doesn't have a good track record adapting foreign horror, e.g., every American adaptation of Japanese or the American the film record. Yeah. I mean, there's some I think they did an all right job on, but yeah, I'd rather just watch the originals because I know America says we want everything and we want to make it our way. And then we get things like Spike Lee's Old Boy, which is an abomination. Let's see. Smirking Gun says, have you checked out, I'm assuming you mean Paddington on Netflix? I thought it was a really great character. Oh, no. Okay. That is Paddleton. Okay. It's something I thought you were saying Paddington. I was like, of course I've seen Paddington. That's awesome. Paddleton on Netflix. I thought it was a really great character piece, and Ray Romano was fantastic. I'm probably reviewing that for my channel. No, I haven't. And is it a show or a movie? I'm getting caught up on my Netflix stuff. I gotta watch that. Was it Triple Frontier? And I know that Bonnie and Clyde movie with Kevin Costner is coming out. And it's coming out soon if it hasn't already. I really want to watch that. Yeah, I'm still catching up on Netflix. That's the problem with Netflix making all these original things now. It's like I've got the theater stuff to watch, then Netflix has stuff, and then Amazon has stuff, and I want to watch some of the stuff on the DC universe. I want to watch Titans. I want to watch just to talk about them, and I'm trying to get caught up on things. I'm doing a poor job of it. Um, let's see. Daniel says Desiree is talking about a horror movie of Coco, and again, Els. Oh, okay, it's Spanish for Coco. Okay, it's pronounced El Cucuy. It's our version of the Boogeyman. Okay, that sounds cool. Um, let's see. Daniel says Godzilla, King of the Monsters, Rocketman, and Ma are all opening against each other. Wow, that's gonna be a busy weekend. Let's see who wins out of those three. Godzilla will probably win that weekend. Rocketman will be two. Then again, I've heard a lot of interest in Ma, so I don't know. Ma just looks out of those. I'm very interested in Rocketman, especially since they announced it's supposed to be rated R. So maybe they're not going to make the mistake that Bohemian Rhapsody made. Which, by the way, I heard it was over in Japan or China. They can't mention like anything, anything about it's like drugs, homosexuality, cross-dressing, anything that was Freddie Mercury. So I just yeah, that the idea, it's like, what is there even a movie left? But yeah, I'm very excited about Ma. But yeah, I'm excited about all three of those, at least in a way. I mean, Godzilla I want to see, Rocketman I'm excited about, and Ma I'm really excited about. Daniel says X-Men Dark Phoenix and the Secret Life of Pets are opening against each other. Secret Life of Pets will win that. X-Men Dark Phoenix, especially now that Fox owns Disney and people know this, and that New Mutants may not even get released because I'm hearing that it's a mess. They are People are just ready to be done with it. And I mean, whether it's good or not, and I have not been impressed by the trailers at all. And so yeah, I'm not looking forward to Dark Phoenix. It has done nothing to impress me. Except the trailer. I did see the second trailer. It was at a theater I was at, and I mean, I'm sure it was just edited this way, but it looks like they're killing off Jennifer Lawrence, which other than First Class, I have not been a fan of her Mystique. And so if they're getting rid of her, that's a positive for me, especially after Apocalypse. After she whiffed that elbow, I knew it was over. Let's see. Bryce says, I get why Lawrence wouldn't want to go back into full Mystique makeup for Dark Phoenix, but the makeup looks laughable in it. It looks a lot lighter in that trailer. Like they just painted on her. They don't have the prosthetics or anything that they put on normally. And I know they have her in the outfit a lot. I'm sure they'll do one full body one so she can do a character change. She's going to be the Cyclops from The Last Stand. I don't think she's lasting very long in this movie. Maybe half of it. If that's the case, she'd be the Charles Xavier of The Last Stand. But she's not going to last very long in this movie. If she makes it past half that movie, I'll be surprised. Daniel says, why would Rocketman need to be rated R? Because as beloved as he is, he lived an R-rated life. And I like seeing movies that are going to show me that. One of the biggest things about Bohemian Rhapsody was, other than the fact that it lied about a lot of stuff, is that they watered down Freddie Mercury and the band's life and wanted to make it commercial and happy, and I want the nitty gritty, right? And that's what Rocketman. I mean, they could have done the same for Rocketman, made it a fairy tale. And I know that part of it looks like it's going to be a fairy tale, like they show the part where the audience is floating and everything. And I think that's kind of cool. If you're going to do something like that, where you're kind of seeing it how he sees it or how he feels it or something like that. But I don't want him to water down the content just to make it commercial. That's why I feel Rocketman needs to be R. Now it could be PG-13, and they could at least edge that stuff, but I mean, you've got a musician who has lived a crazy life, and at first it's going to seem like a fairy tale, like they're going to show the happy side of it, and then you're going to see the dark side. And I'm really curious to see that. Smirking Gun says Paddleton is a Mark Duplass movie where he plays a guy with terminal cancer, and Ray plays his friend neighbor who agrees to help him take the pills at the end to suffer. Oh, I did hear about that one. Yeah, okay, that one I remember reading that synopsis. I'm gonna try to. I'm trying to check out everything. These last couple weeks have been hard to do anything. Game of Thrones has been my big catch up right now. I'm in middle season 5, so I'm getting there. Because I still want to do that video before the new season starts. I've only got like a few weeks. Let's see. Desiree says, I thought so too. Mystique makeup looks horrible. Yeah, it's gone. It's like they only had her on set for a couple days. It's like, hurry up. Let's get her set up and get her out of here because she doesn't want to do this anymore. I don't know. She never seemed too happy, other than for First Class. She seemed fine, but then all of a sudden it's like, I don't want to be here. At least that's what it felt like to me. Let's see. Spring Gun says, really happy film. I know, but it's great. Are you referring to that Paddleton? Let's see. Desiree says, I'm so excited for Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Del Toro looks like he's nailing it. I've seen nothing from it, but it's Del Toro doing horror. I'm fine with it. I want to see it. End of story. Let's see. Daniel says, I'm now disappointed that the upcoming After in 2019 will be rated PG-13 movie instead of rated R. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Let's see. Paul says, is Dave Bautista going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 since James Gunn is back? Of course he is. Yeah, he's going to be in that. I mean, he was one of the front runners saying that Disney was full of BS. And most of you have probably seen the video I did on James Gunn. I'm happy to see him back, and we get a Suicide Squad movie out of him too. So, hey, great. He said some stupid stuff 10 years ago and suffered for it already, and now he suffered for it again. And I mean, where does it stop? So yeah, he did. Batista, heck, I wouldn't doubt if Batista was in that and Suicide Squad. I know some people threw out, there was the Man Shark, and then there was some people saying Bane, and and I know I got the shark guy. I always forget that guy's name. But yeah, I see him working with James Gunn as much as possible, and that's not a bad thing. It seems like James Gunn, though I've liked Batista in other movies, especially like Man with the Iron Fist, it seems like James Gunn was able to bring out the best in him, because I didn't think he got enough to do in Spectre. Granted, I didn't like Spectre much anyway, but he wasn't given really enough to do in that. And it seems like James Gunn was able to bring out the best in Batista. So I can see them working together a lot. Let's see. Daniel says, if they want to make a horny, sexy movie about a calm 18-year-old girl and an Edward Twilight ripoff having sex a lot, banging, and having the boyfriend have the evil and beats her, they should do an R. Oh, okay. I didn't know that's what that movie was about. Yeah, well, when it comes to, wow, do we really need a, well, yeah, I didn't know. That's this After movie, and I guess the original was R. Wow, that's crazy. Well, sorry, I'm reading this again. They have a horny. Yeah, when it comes to sex in movies, it's hard to. There's a fine line, because if you're wanting to just tell a good story, you don't really want to show all that stuff, and it's not always necessary to show all that stuff. There was some movie, and I can't remember the actress that was in it, but she was underage at the time. The movie is called like Hound Dog, and I guess she's raped in the movie, and they kind of show it. I didn't see it, so I can't really comment too much on it, but people made a big stink. It was like, why do you need to show that? And I agree. You could just have the door shut and imply. But yeah, it's a fine line. I mean, there's some things I when it comes to sex and violence, it's like if it's adults, you can do it either way. If it's younger, I would go PG-13, but that's just me. Um, Dan says, I'm not saying it's 50 Shades ripoff. It's nothing like that. It's just a teenage love. I'm gonna excuse me for a second. I'm gonna look this up because Daniel just mentioned that I thought I saw a trailer, and I may have. And it's called Alive. Let's see. Because I'm not finding it on IMDb. A new one, anyway. Yeah, I'm not sure what I. Oh, after. Sorry, I am so tired right now. Forgive me. After. I need to read things closer. After. Okay, Selma Blair. Let's see. I don't. If I saw it, I'm not remembering it, but if I said I saw it, I may have. If I don't remember though. Yeah, sorry, man. I don't remember anything about that now. If I did see it, um, let's see. And in front of Serenity, like I remember anything about Serenity. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. PG-13 might be a smart way to go, especially if they want the story to reach more people. That I could see that being the case. Um, let's see. Sorry, I'm gathering my thoughts here. My head's pounding, so you have to forgive me. Let's see. Desiree says, as I said before, Batista's chaotic good. He's the best. Yeah, I love the guy. He's gonna be great. He's done some independent films and things that um, he he was really good in and nobody saw, even though the story didn't always work. There's a movie called, let's see, let me make sure I'm telling you guys the right movie. Bushwick, um, where he's the lead, and at least you kind of figure he's a former military guy. Um, and it's about a city going crazy and like military crazy. And he was really good in it. And the ending wasn't the greatest, but him in the movie was really good. No one really saw it. So, if you get a chance to check that out, other than the ending, the movie itself's really great. Let's see. Desiree says, "Oh, and it's King Shark." Yeah, I know. I'm gonna remember. I'm gonna forget that every time. Um, oh God. Hey, we get a cinema snob reference in here. Bushwick. Oh boy. Let's see. Dakota Fanning was the actress in Hot Dog. Thank you. Yeah, I remember. I can't remember how old she was, but she was really young when that movie happened. Um, and people made a pretty big stink about it. Let's see. Blade Runner, Smeringa says Blade Runner 2049. Batista had one scene, he kills it. Yeah, he's fantastic in that movie. And when he was gone, I'm like, why? He was so good. But that movie's great, so I couldn't complain too much. I have to thank you guys. You guys have kept the chat going for about an hour, and I haven't had to even really look anything up. So I'm very other than to reference what you guys are talking about. So that makes me happy. All right, so I do want to talk about one thing. A couple weeks ago, I talked about how life was difficult, and I'm just going to give you guys a bit of an update, a very quick update on that. My son went back to his mom's, or actually after, he came back. He was at his mom's. He did good that week, and then he came back to me, and he did pretty good. I mean, we had a few minor issues with going to bed. But he was definitely, it felt more like it used to, and he's doing really good now. He's having a good week this week. They're on spring break, so he's getting a little bit of break from school and everything. So thank you guys for listening to me a couple weeks ago about that. And it's still a little stressful. but he's doing great. So those of you wondering how he was doing, he's doing pretty good. I mean, and this week I saw him yesterday. He ended up having an ear infection today and was not feeling too good, but behavior wise, he's doing great, and hopefully it stays that way, and things go a little better for all of us, especially him. So again, thank you guys for listening to that. It was nice to be able to vent a couple weeks ago because I needed to vent, and you guys were there to listen, and I appreciate that. Okay, so I've only got one other thing to talk about, other than just maybe a few channel updates. Again, if you guys got anything else you want to talk about, put it in the chat, and we'll definitely cover it. Um, so channel update. Since I'm working with OBS, I'm still trying to figure out how to do Snatcher on for Gino's Bad at Games. I'm also waiting a little bit because I'm getting some new character art done for my avatar. I mean, most of you notice I don't have a beard down here anymore, and haven't for a long time. So my artist Crimson, if you haven't checked out her channel, she's doing some animations and stuff on there. Definitely check her out. I believe I have in most descriptions of most of my videos, I have I have her link to her channel if I'm not mistaken there. If I don't, I'll try to put it down there. But if not, it's Krimzon. Crimson. Definitely check out her channel. Also, you can find her in the GB3 family playlist on my channel. But she's doing a new. I mean, it's going to look the same, but it's going to have this beard, and of course, I can never keep the whiskers away for more than a couple days on the mustache, so it always looks like I have a mustache, even though I shave it all the time now. And plus, she's going to be doing some art for if we can work it out. She's doing some of the art for some of the people, some of my friends, like she did for my buddy Heisenerd, which I've been talking with him. He's finishing up school. Hopefully he'll be back to doing stuff in the next whenever he's done. I'm not sure exactly when he's done. But she's going to be doing some art for some of the people I work with. So if I work with you, I'm going to try to have her do something for you as well if you work with me. So it depends on if she can get it done. I mean, she works full time, and she's not a full time artist, so I'm definitely working on that. And I kind of want to wait on doing a new Gino's Bad at Games because I don't want to get in the middle of it and use the same, the old avatar, and then I get a new one and I don't want to switch it out and everything. So, and plus learning how to do OBS to do video capture for that is something new as well. I might throw some more things in, like some more one-offs or something, but I'm not sure yet. And just for the channel, I'm a little ahead on movies. I mean, I've seen Dumbo, I've seen Shazam. This Thursday I'm gonna be at home watching lots of Game of Thrones. I'm gonna go see Nick DiPaolo do a comedy set on Friday, and Saturday I'm working. So I'm kind of caught up right now, so I'm gonna try to catch up on some of my TV watching. And then I'll do these few chats, and then I'll do my last announcement. And again, if you got something you want to talk about in the chat, definitely get it in now. Smirking Guest says, I'm doing a live stream every Monday night around 5:30 if anyone's interested in checking out my channel. It's pretty much like this one. The first one was on my channel. I definitely checked out after. I didn't get to see it live, but I checked out his live stream. He was telling his C2E2 stories. Definitely check those out. I love hearing convention stories. And he was a first-time convention goer. And so definitely check out his channel. And I always tell everyone, if you have a channel to promote, you can promote it in this chat. I have no problem with it, especially those of you that I know come here every other Wednesday, and or you at least watch my videos. I don't mind if you promote your channel in my chat. So I have no problem with Smirking Gun promoting his channel. And again, I watched his stuff on C2E2 and I really liked it. He was telling about what he would have done next time and things like that. I don't want to spoil it all for if you want to watch it, but definitely check it out. Um, Desiree says Article 1317 opinions. I'm pretty steamed about it. That's the meme thing, right? I don't know much about it. If it's hurting creators, then it's stupid. If it's from what I understand, it's the government getting a little greedy. If you could give me a few bullet points on it, because I haven't done a ton of research on that. From what I understand, it's the government getting greedy. At least that's the short end of it. But yeah, if it's hurting creators, then I don't like it. No, sir, I don't like it. But yeah, I don't. it's hard for me to comment because I don't know much about it. But I know creators are pretty up in arms about it. And who knows how that'll affect us in the future. So, I mean, I don't use a ton of, copyrighted content or anything, but I mean, even if it's just an image, I use an image every now and then. So and heck, I got flagged for using one image not too long ago. It's like, come on, guys, really? And then they dropped it, but it's like, come on. Let's see. Bryce says, "Are you going to go see Beach Bum this weekend? The advanced reviews aren't promising. Harmony Korine is an interesting director. Spring Break was an odd movie, trashy, very trashy, but Franco was fun. I didn't like Spring Breaker. It was Spring Breakers, right? If I'm not mistaken. Spring Breakers, yeah. I didn't like Spring Breakers that much. I was just honestly annoyed by some of the editing choices. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I mean, yeah, Franco was creepy in it. But I don't know. I didn't dig on that movie. I do want to see Beach Bum, but I don't think we're getting it here. At least not right away. I do want to see it though. I definitely want to check it out. Let's see. 1 second. All right. Definitely get your thoughts in on the chat. I'm going to make my one more announcement. I just need to pull up some info. This is a small thing, but I'm doing a convention. I'm not, it's not Wizard World. Granted, I am going to try. I don't know if Brad's doing, there's only one convention that he's doing, one of the Wizard Worlds that I'm able to go to. And I believe it's the Madison, Wisconsin one. And I don't know if he's doing it yet or though. If he does, I'm going to probably go up if I can, if he wants me to go up. But I want to do that convention with him, but I'm doing convention on my own. It's a very small convention. It's a brand new convention. It's done at a high school. It's called RaiderCon in Mowequa, Illinois. It's Saturday, April 13th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. I'm just going to have a table up there and I'm going to promote the channel. I'm not selling anything. I'm just going to be there talking with people, trying to push the channel a little bit. The table is costing me $10. And there's a $5 admission to the con, but 18 and under are free. It's just people there wanting to have fun. They're not having like a big time guest celebrity appearance or anything. But they are just having a local, just a local comic book convention. It's going to be pretty family friendly. And I'm just looking forward to trying it. There was a couple conventions I was looking at, but it's like I don't have the crowd. I mean, I have a crowd and I'm happy to have the crowd I have, but I don't have like this massive following that warrants me going to like pay for a table at Wizard World. But it's I just wanted to try it. I just wanted to see what would happen. I want to interact, and plus, since it's local, I'm probably going to know some of the people. I'm going to be my table's going to be right next to my buddy Aaron's, who runs the Cult Ministry, KOLT. It's Knights of the Lord's Table. They are a LARPing ministry. He's one of my best friends, and we're going to be helping each other out as well. And I'm just gonna go and just say hi to everyone that wants to say hi. I may sit at a table for from 9 a.m. to whatever I said 4 p.m. and no one talks to me. I'm just gonna try it. I'm sure there's gonna be people that used to watch me whenever I was doing the local TV station. So I am curious to do it. I just want to see how it goes. I was looking at another convention in Champaign, but it falls on the same weekend as that Madison Wizard World, so I'm probably not going to do it. Um, but yeah, I just want to try and see what it's like to do a convention. And my buddy showed me it. He's like, I'm doing this. I'm like, heck, I'm gonna get a table. It's $10, you know. So I'm gonna try it again. It's called Raider Con. It's at Central A&M High School, Saturday, April 13th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. They only have a Facebook page. They don't have a Twitter or anything. It's just Raider Con. The image for it says Superhero Club for the profile pic. So if you're looking for it on Facebook, you can check it out there. But yeah, I'm just gonna go try to have a good time. Um, and if you're near me and want to come to Muiqua and say hi, definitely come. I know most of you are in other countries and states and everything, but if you get a chance, come say hi. Let's see. Go back down the chat. Spring Gun says, wasn't there already a Beach Bum movie starring McConaughey, or am I thinking of Surfer Dude? Also with McConaughey, might be. Is he quietly making his own cinematic universe? Yes. I want to see movies with all his a movie with all his characters in it. That'd be awesome. It reminds me of that Saturday Night Live intro monologue with Dave Chappelle where they showed the Walking Dead thing. One of the greatest monologue videos they've ever shown. Where they had him interacting. It was Dave Chappelle as Negan interacting with a bunch of the characters from the Chappelle Show. So yeah, I want to see anything like that. Desiree, and this she's talking about Article 1317. Isn't just about memes. I just know they call it the meme thing. It's more about EU overcorrecting things when it comes to anything that can be deemed as copyright material. So those in the EU can't create or share things that are and it continues or be seen as copyrighted. Even Let's Plays or media reviews can be fined. Yeah, it's nuts. And they specifically singled out keeping Google from getting money from it, so creators all over the EU will be losing money. Well, I imagine we'll be getting a lot of creators from the EU moving to the States sometime soon. So yeah, that's ugly. And she continues, also, there's no easy way to do this, so the EU will likely be on its own in its own bubble, which means other creators around the world will likely lose viewers and followers. Yeah, that's stupid. Yeah, that's the problem with this format. It's just there's so many nooks and crannies and rules, and that's why I just want to keep it fun, man. It's just, and that's why I'm not worried about making money on it. I mean, it's nice. It was nice getting that check finally after, I had an account since 2011 and I finally got a check, from YouTube. It made all those years worth it. It was nice getting that, but I'm never going to rely on it. And those that do, I don't know how they can. Smirring Gun says, I'll try to get to that con you're doing. That would be awesome. Come see me. We'll definitely hang out after. We can, me and my buddy are probably go get dinner or something after. You can definitely join us. Not sure what we're doing yet. So I just know it's a con and I'm doing it. So yeah, you come down, man. We'll definitely, you'll be welcome. Come see me. I can get you the address and everything. I'll send it to you over Twitter when I get a chance. Winston says, yes, I didn't completely miss it. Nope. Not sure how much longer we're going, but because my headache is still there, but I'm doing all right. Let's see. We read that. Daniel says, I'm back. I was eating dinner. I ate BLT. Where's mine? No, I'm kidding. I love me a good BLT. I love me a good MLT, muttonless tomato where the mutton is nice and lean. Bryson says, have you heard anything about Hotel Mumbai? The trailer looks really good. Dev Patel is in it. It's coming out this weekend, but it seems not to be getting a wide release. I've heard about it. I think I saw the trailer at some other smaller movie, but I don't remember what it was. And I don't remember much about it. I'm curious to see it, but we aren't getting it here. I know that, or if we are, I got to travel for it, and I can't do that this weekend. I definitely want to see it though. I do like Dev Patel. He's done a lot of good stuff lately. Bryson says the meme compilations I watch are all from the Russian Federation, so my memes are safe. I have also learned some Russian from it. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. Winston says I wish I could make the con. Well, I don't think it's gonna be the only con I do. This is just a trial run. Would I ever see myself doing a Wizard World? I don't know. I would love to, but of all the Wizard Worlds this year, I can only do one, you know, and it's in Wisconsin. Um, that's a bit of ways away from me. It's not bad, but it's a bit of ways away from me. Bryson says I would like to make the con, but I'm East Coast. Yeah, that's what I know. I have a lot of people that watch me from a lot or from all over, but and I wish y'all could come here. It'd be cool to hang out with everybody and not just read your chat stuff here. But again, it's just a trial run, and if you're near, I'd love to see you. Let's see. Where was I? Winter says headache. Take a nap. Did that. Use the restroom or watch a special Cinema Snob recommendation. Yeah, I developed a headache. I took a nap earlier today, and I developed a headache when I woke up, and then I did a few things setting up this and everything, and it wouldn't go away. So I laid down again. It didn't go away. I'm just out of shape, and I need to do better. And once I get in a better shape, my blood pressure will probably go down, and then the headaches go away because it happened last time. Daniel says BLT means brownie and licorice tea. Okay, no. Let's see. Desiree says, what makes us, or did I read that? Oh, no, I didn't read that. What makes it sadder is there's a petition with over 50 million signatures against it, and they passed it regardless. Totally flipped on their own people. Yeah, it's greed. It's all about greed, and when a government gets greedy, it's not good. Winston says Wisconsin, that's where I'm at. Yeah, what I was talking about is if I do Wizard World, it'll be with Brad in Madison, Wisconsin. Is that I can't remember. Is that September? Yeah, I believe it's September, end of August or September. I don't remember, but I don't know if he's doing it. If he doesn't do it, I probably won't. But if he's doing it, I'll probably go up there with him and help him out. Scott says, wait, what's a trial run? I'm doing my first convention. If you didn't catch that, I'm just doing a small convention. Again, it's called RaiderCon at Central A&M High School in Moweaqua, Illinois. It's Saturday, April 13th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's just a one-day con. There's no big guests or anything. It's probably local artists, and I know my buddy Aaron's doing it with his cult ministry. I'm just trying it out. I just want to sit at a table. I'm working on having some pictures to sign. I'm not selling anything. I am going to hype the channel. I want people to subscribe, but I'm doing it to promote myself. But I just want to try it out. I just want to see what it's like. I've sat with Brad at one of his tables and helped him, but I've never done one of these on my own. I just wanted to try it. And it's just something to try. It may go really bad. So, I think it'll go fine though. I think it'll be a good time. Let's see. Desiree says, oh, and they tiptoed around the petition by changing it from Article 13 to 17. How shady. Yeah, this sounds bad. I have not studied up on it. I'm definitely going to have to read up on this because I've seen a lot of people talking about it, and it just sounds bad. Yeah, I saw some overseas creators saying we're moving to the United States. We're out of here. And it's like, boy, that's pretty sad. Winston says you are not out of shape. Round as a shape. One of my favorite quotes ever. I use that all the time. But in all essence though, I do need to get healthier. It's time. I'm trying, and some days go good and some days don't. There's a long story, and I'll probably share it someday. But uh right now it's just I need to do something. And if not for me, for my kids. Um let's see. Daniel says, I'm kidding. I was talking about bacon less tomato. Yes, I love BLTs there. So or one of my favorite sandwiches ever. Um Scott Savage says, very cool. Thank you. Yeah, just something fun I want to try. The con is something fun I want to try. PETA says Google shows Wizard World Madison's October. Yeah, okay. I knew I was probably wrong on that. I know Chicago. Oh, that's right. There's one after Chicago, I think, too. Now that's August. See, I get them. There's so many of them now; it's hard to keep them straight. Yeah, that sounds right. Paul says, "Have not heard you talk about Hellboy. Do I think it's gonna be good? I hope so. I'm over. Look, I'm not saying I'm totally over Del Toro not getting to finish his trilogy. Um, because I would have loved to seen what he was gonna do, but Hollywood's moved on, and that's unfortunate. And I'm not saying I moved on, but I'm ready to see this next version. The trailer, I've seen the one trailer, the first one, and it looked a lot like Deadpool. It's R-rated, it's action packed, and it's funny. I'm hoping it's good. I really love Hellboy, and I'm hoping it's good. I am going to see. I'm going to Bloomington to see it because they've got some Hellboy night or something where you get a poster and a Funko Pop and some free popcorn and the ticket. And me and my buddy Aaron are going to see it, and uh, so hopefully it's good. I pay $20 for my ticket. Do I really want to be good? I don't want to go, man, I love this better than the Ron Perlman one. I just want it to be good. I'm not too worried about it. I used to be pretty mad about it, and I mean, it makes me more mad that we don't get Doug Jones as Abe Sapien anymore. But I mean, Mike Mignola didn't he clashed with Del Toro all the time, and he wouldn't let him finish it, and now they're moving on. So I am glad that they're gonna get to you know get a little bloodier and scarier, because I mean this is Hellboy we're talking about. That being said, I thought Del Toro did a great job at what he had with PG-13. Um, let's see. Bryce says the EU Parliament is more stubborn than Mule. They wouldn't compromise at all with the UK. The reason that Brexit is so difficult is the EU. I understand why the UK wanted out. If you haven't seen it, there's a big John Oliver. One of his shows was dedicated to an update on Brexit. If you haven't checked that out, if you want to be educated on how that's going, how Brexit is going, definitely watch that. I watched that the other day. I'm like, wow, that's a mess. So definitely check that out. Yeah, it just sounds messy. I mean, I think our government's messy. I guess we're not the only ones with problems, right? Winsa says, I'll make you a deal. If you come to Madison and it goes bad, I'll buy a bottle for us to share. Can it be? I can't be in Wisconsin without getting drunk. As long as I get cheese while I'm up there, that's uh, yeah. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm coming. I'm going to talk to Brad about it. He's dealing with other conventions and stuff right now. They just did C2E2, and he's got St. Louis not this weekend, but next weekend, and I'm not sure which ones he's doing. If he does that one, though, I'm going to talk to him. I may just go up for a day. I don't know. I'll definitely update you guys on it if I do. Daniel says Box Office Pro projects Detective Pikachu to open up with a $75 to $90 million opening weekend. I have a hard time believing that because it's opening up against Endgame. Is it opening up the same day as Endgame? That's insane. Is that really happening? I got to see this. I didn't know that was opening up the same. I didn't know that was opening up the same day. Come on, Dumbo ad, get out of the way. Let's see. Sorry, I'm looking down my list here. Okay, Endgame's April 26th. Detective Pikachu's May 10th, according to IMDb anyway. Who knows if they're right. Um, I mean, Endgame's going to run the box office. I mean, even at 3+ hours, which they're saying it is, which by the way, it's earned that 3+ hours. It's going to dominate. It's going to dominate for a while, no matter what comes out after. Um, but I didn't think they're coming out the same weekend. They may have changed that though. I can't see them opening up Pikachu the same weekend. Um, let's see. Desiree says, all of us fluffers should make a workout pact, boost each other up. You know, I've been talking with somebody else. I got to get back with them. Um, and he's doing really good. And I need to check back with him. He's doing really good losing weight. And I feel bad because my issues got in my way. And he was talking about how his issues were getting in his way, but he's fighting through them. And it's like, I feel great for him. I feel like a piece of crap for me. You know, it's just, you know, I just want to be healthy. It's not, you know, I mean, yeah, of course I'd like to look better and I'd like to wear some of my smaller shirts and I'd, you know, and I'm not saying no one ever looks at me and, you know, I don't have anyone looking at me saying I like the way he looks. You know, I'd like to be with that guy, but I'm sure it wouldn't hurt if I lost a little weight and I might feel better about, you know, dating again and things like that. I haven't thought about that in a long time. So, I don't know. Like I said, there's a whole story to it, and I'm sure we'll talk about that sometime. Wences says, and by the way, thank you guys again for keeping the chat going because I didn't have to research anything for this show. Wences says, well, Del Toro moved on to better quote unquote better projects like Don't Be Afraid of the Dark and the upcoming Scary Stories movie. You know, I don't put Del Toro down until after I see it because I haven't loved every one of his movies, but I mean, I at least give that guy a chance. Daniel says, which is better, Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, Barnyard, or Wonder Park? Ooh. I would probably pick Jimmy Neutron out of those. That's not saying much. That'd be my pick. Winston, I thought Endgame was in April and Detective Pikachu is May. I believe that's right. Yeah, that's right. At least according to IMDb, it is. Bryce says, I would like Del Toro to make some more Spanish language films based during the Spanish Civil War. El Espinazo del Diablo, I hope I said that right, is my favorite. Yeah, I mean, just seeing him. I loved seeing him do things in his native language. I mean, Pan's Labyrinth, one of the greatest movies of all time. I'd love to see him do more stuff like that, or just, I mean, then again, the guy works on anything. I'm going to be interested. PETA says people go to Wisconsin for two reasons: cheese and beer. To have cheese. I went up to Wisconsin to watch wrestling once or twice, but independent wrestling once or twice, but they have some decent wrestling up there. Winter says, I see Aladdin on the 24th, giving a small run for Infinity Wars money. Yeah, Aladdin will take a chunk, but gee, are they competing against each other? I think Disney wins. Let's see. Daniel says, well, it's opening against Endgame's third weekend. I gotcha. Okay, and it'll still be breaking records and hurting other movies. I don't think it's going to hurt other movies. I am making a prediction. I think I've made this prediction before. Endgame is going to overtake Avatar. Because the fact that they're touting that this movie was shot on IMAX, people are going to go want to see it in IMAX. It'll overtake the all-time record if it's good. Now, if it's crap, people will turn on them, or at least people will fight each other. And if it's good, it's gonna overtake Avatar, which is a very good thing. If it's great, it's going to annihilate anybody. But people are going to want to see other things too. They're going to see everything, especially now when you have You have like AMC's A List, and I know what is it, Cinemark has a subscription. Movie Pass is making a play again. Boy, is that another story. If you want to hear my thoughts, I'm not going to go into a Movie Pass rant. Um, on my Twitter page, at the Real Gino, I posted my thoughts and I sent them to Movie Pass about my past relationship with him and why I'm not coming back. Some of you I know have seen it and have commented on it. But if you want to know my thoughts, it's not too far down on my Twitter page. I did it maybe a week or less ago. My thoughts on Movie Pass now, trying to get people to come back doing the unlimited movie thing again. Um, so um, I gave my thoughts about it. I'm not going to rant on them much anymore. Just know that I will never go back to them again. Then there's nothing they can do unless they get bought up by somebody and someone else runs the joint. That's a different story. But uh, my thoughts on them are the way I was treated by them over time definitely did not bode well for me ever wanting to go back. Let's see. Winston says Gino in a smaller shirt, 1 million views. Hell yeah. Um, I'm working on something that I want to do for this, and I don't want to talk too much about it now. It won't be like a weekly thing. I've done that before. I did the weekly or bi-weekly thing. I called it Project E. Whenever I was using like the liquid diet to lose weight. And boy, did you get to see some emotional stuff out of me, especially when things didn't go well. But I want to do something else. It's not going to be a series or anything. I do want to do something if I can finally get things going that you guys will at least get to see. Spring Gun says, I just want to fit better into my Winter Soldier cosplay. Well, if you lop off an arm. No. Let's see. Daniel says, did you take your kids to see Shazam? No, I did not. Ryan wants to see it. Andy's a little hard to take to the theaters because if he ends up not liking what he's seeing, he'll want to go run around and do other things, which, you know, if some kids weren't made for the theater, and I understand that. They'll want to see it. I did show them the intro that we did, and they loved it. If you haven't seen my Shazam review, I did an intro where my kids turned into me with, you know, saying Shazam. It was fun. They love that. Ryan, I may go take him to see it, but when it comes to movies, most of the time I really have to see a movie first because that way I can review it, and then I don't have to pay attention so much. I can pay attention to my sons during the movie if I need to. It's just easier that way for me. Desiree says, I'm not thrilled about Aladdin. I have yet to see anything catching my attention. Dumbo at least looks cute, and Lion King has me hoping that Simba will drop some sick R&B or rap since he's Glover. Is he gonna sing This Is Africa? But yeah, Aladdin hasn't really impressed me either. I'm curious, so I'm always curious about those because it's like, are you gonna do something different? Or is it just gonna be the same thing but in live action form? Winston says next series Gino plays Just Dance or DDR. No. I don't want to embarrass myself that much. Let's see. Daniel says, was it crowded for 5 Feet Apart or Shazam? Not really. Neither of them. Shazam had a bigger crowd, but it wasn't full. Shazam for 5 Feet Apart, it was about maybe half full, if that. It wasn't over half full. And then for Shazam, I'd say it was 2/3 to 3/4 full. There were lots of seats up front. I didn't have anyone really sitting near me. You know, when they're free, they usually get more people. But when people start to pay for it and they can't, I mean, granted, if you have A-list, you can use your A-list card through Fandango. So that worked for Shazam. But I mean, it was full enough. We had a decent crowd for Shazam, and most people were pretty cool in the crowd. So that helped. Desiree says, I've considered Just Dance, but knowing me, I'll fall on my ass. I have the grace of of a stumbling drunk. I have no balance either. I know how you feel. I people ask me, they're like, you can't roller skate, you can't do this. It's like I don't have the balance. And yeah, I don't need to try to dance, especially in front of a camera. Um, Smirking Gun says, taking my nephew to an early screening of Shazam through the comic shop. I would go at Hollywood Boulevard Theater. Can't wait. It's a fun movie. I had a good time watching it. And I don't want to say too much for my review. I'd rather you guys watch the review. But I just had a good time, and it was fun seeing how they connected things to the DCEU, whatever it's called, or whatever they're calling their little cinematic universe, if it's even a universe anymore, because it does connect. Definitely connects. Let's see a message waiting from Daniel. Winter says, you know what you need for a self-esteem boost? Go with some friends to a gay bar, wear a muscle shirt, your esteem will go through the roof. um yeah. I'm not saying I would be opposed to going to a gay bar. I hear they're really fun. But you know, I don't even know if we used to have one around here. But I don't know if we have one anymore. I don't think it's open anymore. Let's see. Bryson says, okay, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. Translation: Here comes a lion. Father, you. Oh yes, it's a lion. My favorite Lion King trivia. Wow. I can't even begin to try to pronounce that. Here comes a lion. Father, oh yes, it's a lion. My favorite Lion King trivia. That's pretty cool. Daniel says, real rant, people hating the upside. Hold on one sec. Sorry. That did surprise me that movie didn't do as well. I don't know if it warrants a real rant, but I don't know if because I mean, it split the audiences a little bit. I thought it was a better movie than people were making it out to be, though. Once it says real rant, what needs a remake? There's probably a few. I'd have to really think about it, because there are some movies I wouldn't mind them. It was like, it's a good idea, but the execution wasn't so good. I mean, one I can think of off the top of my head would probably be Bright. Let's use Netflix's Bright for an example. I like the idea. It felt like Shadowrun, where it was like fantasy stuff in our world. And the movie, I thought it was all right. It would have probably made a better like Netflix TV show versus being a movie. But I mean, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind seeing a big budget version of that got developed, or a TV show of that or something. Let's see. Daniel says, or real rant, Brad didn't see the upside. I don't remember why he didn't see the upside. I think it was just a timing thing. He just didn't have time to see it. I think that's what I remember him telling me. Bryce says, that's the Zulu part of the circle of life. It's literally all like just it's a lion. I did not know that. That's funny though. Paul says, waiting for your review on Pet Sematary before I go see it. I don't get to go. I think I gotta wait till Sunday to see that. I've got the boys that weekend, and I have Shazam for the radio. So I'm gonna give my mom a Thursday night break from watching the boys. That's usually when I go see preview night. Do my segment for the radio on Friday. But since I've seen Shazam already and it comes out the same weekend, I'm going to probably have to wait. She may watch them in the afternoon on Saturday, or I may have to wait till Sunday. So it probably won't be till the Monday after that I have Pet Sematary review up. After seeing that second trailer though, I was pretty mad because they showed way too much. Winston says, like certain horror movies need remakes, Dolls, The Faculty. I talked about The Faculty at one time, Urban Legends, Crywolf, or even Hellraiser. I'm honestly surprised we haven't got a Hellraiser remake in the last few years. Um, or if we did, I didn't know about it. Um, Desiree says, "Oh, but does that Zulu make it sound awesome? It's like Do Hast by Ramstein." I'm just saying, I hate. But does that German make it sound badass? I love that song by Ramstein. Okay, if you ever want to see, okay, I I don't think anyone ever recorded it. God, I hope they didn't record it. We had a rock band party years ago at a buddy of mine's house. It's actually the boyfriend of my artist. Um, and we played rock band, and I did Du Hast. And one second. I did Du Hast. And there were two dogs in the house. And they were barking at me. And I, of course, egged it on because I looked right at them and was, do us, and I'm just going full blast at him, right? And if someone shot the video there, I would have seen it online by now, but it was quite humorous, and I kept playing. I played it straight through the entire thing. Um, I was trying not to laugh because the dogs were barking and growling at me, and I was afraid they were going to jump on me and bite me. But after I finished, they sat down and I petted them, and they were great. So they must have been enjoying my performance. Daniel says, "Talking movies, The Beach Bum. Where's my Connie's bums?" That's half of his movies, right? Let's see. Bryce says, I would be glad to see a new Cenobite Universe movie. I wouldn't even be sad if they introduce a new Cenobite and do away with Pinhead. You know, I when it comes to horror movies, they keep trying to reboot the same thing, and I would rather see a spinoff. Take something from the movie and do something different with it, or I mean, in a way, you could kind of say New Nightmare was like that, where it's like, yeah, it was still Freddy, but it brought it into our world, and it was, you had Robert Englund and Freddy, and a new spins on horror. I like that, but whenever you do the same thing with horror, it's like, oh, here's another Friday the 13th. Great. Daniel says, how's your mom's leg now? Desiree Garcia, before you ask about Gino's mom's leg, it's a long story. I think Desiree listened. I know she wasn't here for the last live stream. I think she listened to. If she didn't, I'm not sure I don't know if you listened to the last live stream or not. Oh yeah, she went back and watched the last live stream, so I'm caught up. And that's why I like you. Yeah, mom's doing okay. She was on crutches for a day. She had a cane for a little bit. She's feeling all right. She still has to kind of take it easy. She didn't have to go to the hospital or anything. So, I mean, I don't want to have to see her try to chase my kids around or anything. But we went last Sunday. Since he was good all week, we finally got to take my son to Chuck E. Cheese because he was supposed to go that Sunday before, the couple Sundays before, because for his birthday. But since we had the week we had, we didn't go. Well, we finally went, and she was able to move around there okay, and so she's doing great. I told her that people were asking about her and everything, and she liked that. And yeah, she's doing good. Again, she's not going to be running a marathon anytime soon, but she's retired and she don't have to. So yeah, she's doing pretty good. Bryce says, Grace Kirby coming back as a female Cenobite for a film centered around her would be badass. Yeah, again, just a different spin on an established movie would be better than just like, hey, here's Jason in a hockey mask again. Oh, this time he grows pot. That's kind of how the remake went. And boy, where did that go? They talked about rebooting it after that. If you guys got any final thoughts, go ahead and get them in the comments here. Um, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish up here in a bit. I'm pretty beat. See, again, I'm let you guys know if anyone's new or just came into the live stream. If you're anywhere near Mowequa, Illinois, Saturday, April 13th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., I'm doing Raider Con. It's a little convention at a high school that I'm just going to go, and if anyone can come, I'm meeting people. So I just want to try it out and have a little fun. Um, so let's see. Let's go back to the stream here. Bill Casey regarding Pinhead. Do the curtains match the drapes? I don't know. That would be weird. That'd be weird curtains. Let's see. Winston says, final thoughts, stay around. If you're talking to my shape, who knows? If you're saying stay around, I'm tired and I'm ready to wrap it up, I think. Daniel says, Real Rent Ugly Dolls. I haven't seen the movie yet, but it looks too much like Trolls. Smirking Gun says, have a great night. Everyone getting ready to watch Happy Season 2 premiere and reviewing it. Again, check out Smirking Gun reviews. He's going through Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He puts out constant content, and definitely check it out if you haven't subscribed to his channel. Rick says, and we're hoping to work together soon, as I mentioned before. Rick says, you'll be missing Wizard World St. Louis. Hopefully you can make it next year. Good luck at RaiderCon. Thank you, Rick. Yeah, I really wanted to come to St. Louis. I really did. And I just can't. Just work and kids and everything else. If they would put it on a weekend where I have a free weekend, I can do it. I can come up for a Friday and a Saturday, but they keep putting it on the weeks I cannot do. And Wizard World, I swear, did that to just about every convention except for the Madison one. And then like the Ghostbusters Fest that's in Los Angeles they're doing. Those are the only two I could make this year. Daniel says, next time your kids get in trouble again, you should make them watch the Emoji Movie again instead of making them do chores. I don't know. It's balancing act there. Well, next time it'll have to, if my son gets in trouble again, I told him it's going to be worse. Maybe I'll make him do both. Bryson says, have you heard of the horror film starring Hilary Duff as Sharon Tate? It's a real thing. Is that the one? Because I know, of course, we got the Quentin Tarantino quote unquote Manson film. It's going to be part of his movie. But I heard there was another Manson film involved. Is that the one that's got the dude from Doctor Who? Is it Matt Smith that was supposed to be playing? That's supposed to be playing Manson? Because I know he was supposed to be playing Manson. I think it was him, and then they were talking about doing another Charles Manson movie. So if that's the one, I didn't know Hilary Duff is in it. I mean, I didn't know she was still acting, but I don't know. I'll check it out. But if that's, I don't know if that's the one, if they're the same thing. Because how many Manson films are we getting now? There's enough. Desiree says, I would love to travel, but planes are my ultimate fear, claustrophobic and afraid of heights. I have made one round trip in my life. I went from St. Louis. We drove to St. Louis, flew to Oklahoma and back. And I did not like it. The cabin pressure gave me migraines on the way there and gave me migraines on the way back. Now, if I was going far, far away, like say cross country or something, I would make the exception. But if I can drive there, I'm driving there. So you can always drive up. But that's a hell of a drive for you, I'm sure. Bill says Trolls was the best Smurfs movie. I didn't hate that animated Smurfs movie. It was a hell of a lot better than the live action ones with Doogie Howser. At least they went animated. Paul says, would love to see AMC do a live version of the Comic Crossed. Are you talking about AMC Network? I'm not sure. I don't know Crossed. I don't think I know that comic. Take a look here. I don't know that one. Oh, it's written by Garth Ennis. Sold. That sells me right there. Let's see. Daniel says, Bill Casey, what about Smurfs Lost? But yeah, that's. I think he was just joking that, you know, I mean, Trolls did feel like a Smurfs movie. I get what he's saying. Desiree says Trolls gets a bump for Justin singing, so beats Lost Village. See, here's the thing about that Trolls movie. It's giving us the Ugly Dolls movie, which is going to give us something else. It's going to be something that they're thinking soundtrack first, which Trolls wasn't terrible. I didn't hate it as much as I thought it would. And yeah, of course, it's got a catchy soundtrack, but it's going to spawn more and more movies like that. So we'll see how that turns out. Daniel says, talking restaurant, Chuck E. Cheese, Mickey ripoff. I don't know, man. Chuck E. Cheese is now cool. He wears jeans now and a hockey jersey. It's just it's just weird seeing their new Chucky. He's got a really big head now. Let's see. My son still got excited about it though. Let's see. Bryson says, no, Ben Mellish is Manson. It's called The Haunting of Sharon Tate. Okay. Lydia Hurst is in as well, as in Patty Hearst's daughter. Wow. Yeah, I knew they were doing a bunch of different Charles Manson movies. So I know there was a Matt Smith one. I just don't remember what it was called. Let me see. Matt Smith Manson. Let's see. Charlie Says is the Matt Smith Manson movie. Yeah, there's so many Manson movies coming out now. So it's hard to keep track of them. Bill says Gritty needs a pizza franchise. Gritty. Oh boy. We run a story on Gritty at our news station probably once or twice a month. He's always doing something. Daniel says, if you can't go to work that day because of your son's actions or your mom's legs, how come you didn't take him to his mom while you work, or send him or Brian Laura to daycare? Well, there's some personal stuff there, but it was, you know, I had to do what I had to do. You know, I mean, his daycare isn't just an afternoon thing. And plus that would be a reward because they would play the entire time. He needed to be punished, and I took care of it. Let's see. Paul says, are you taking your boys to see Toy Story 4? Depends on if I like it. They'll want to see it, and I probably will take them to go see it, really. But I'll definitely see it first. I'm not really excited about it. I haven't seen the trailer. I'm hearing people saying it feels just like Toy Story 2, which that could be good or bad. Toy Story 2 is my favorite Toy Story movie, but do I want to see a rehash of it? Dan says, talking store, Walmart, wait, you don't save money or feel better. Excuse me. Let's see. Bill says, I have major depression, so I identify with Forky. You see, I know we have someone at work that went on a rant about what do you mean a spork? And that's how it started. Which, that got us in the discussion. Do we like sporks? And of course I say no, because you can't eat a steak with it, nor will it hold the soup. But I was just being funny, but I hope it's good. I hope they have a real reason for making it, because a lot of people are saying, that they should have stopped at 3, but we haven't seen the movie yet, so maybe it'll be fantastic. Maybe it'll be the best one ever. I don't know. Desiree says, I want to know why Bo is back. Wasn't she trashed or something? What, I'm not sure what you're referring to. Sorry. If you can let me know what you're referring to. Oh, Bo Peep. Oh, what did happen to her in 3? I know the Bo Peep thing, and they're making the Bo Peep character at least in the pictures I saw, sorry, it took me a second to connect those dots. Um, the Bo Peep character looked like they turned her into an action figure, like she's gonna do big time action or something. Um, I don't know, and I don't remember 3 that well. I only saw 3 once, um, if I go to any of them, I see 2 again. Yeah, I don't know why she's coming back, and the way, she people are really up in arms about like the way she looks and everything in that poster. So I'm not sure what they're doing with her. All right. Daniel says, talking restaurant Taco Bell. Why does it make me gassy? Because that's what Taco Bell does. All right, guys. It's been about 2 hours. I think I'm going to end it right here. As always, if you have any other comments or anything, definitely put them in the comments. I will read them, and I'll get back to you at the next program, or I'll put something in the comment section to answer or whatever. And of course, you can always connect with me at The Real Gino on Twitter. Of course, on this channel, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Share it with your friends. Let's raise a channel. I'm trying to get it to where I've got like 1,200 videos on the channel. I've got 1,500 subscribers, and I don't want to see the number of videos cross the number of subscribers. So if you get a chance, share the channel and encourage your friends to subscribe and watch stuff on it. That's gonna be all for this edition of the Low Budget live stream. I had to think about the name of it. I'm so tired. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. I totally appreciate you guys ran this show today, because I had nothing prepared, and I was like, okay, hopefully I can run the show for an hour and be okay. It's almost been 2 hours, so thank you so much. But as always, I appreciate it, and it means the world to me that you guys will want to come and spend a couple hours with me every other Wednesday. It means a lot to me. So I hope you guys have a good night. And I see people mentioning Red Lobster. Red Lobster's fantastic. I love it. I did get sick doing their all you can eat crab legs one time, but that was my fault. And yes, the biscuits are amazing. Have a good night, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. See you later.